He looks like we can fight. The more we have, the quicker we can get this done and get back.
Let's go. I've heard enough.
Cast light on him. There you go.
Go.
Sweet. Splendid. Looks like my day has just gotten a little easier.
Darna doesn't have dark vision, right?
Correct.
Okay, you see Drung reach into his backpack or whatever and pulls out what just looks like a candle, and it's already lit, and sticks it on your head.
Vagrant turns around and he's like, if there are to be obstacles in our way, I believe you should lead us to them. Anything else can be dealt with later. And he moves aside and gestures for you guys to go in first.
I presume that the marching order will be Drung and Dugat up front.
Yep.
Darna,
Yes, sir.
And this new guy behind, and Cardiff in the back.
Geddes.
And my little owl is Gavin. He's perched on my shoulder.
Geddes will bow at the bestowment of light. Much appreciated.
Yes, of course. It's yeah.
Drung turns to Dugat and says in Orcish, keep your eyes on this one.
Yeah, he comes across as fairly charismatic, polite.
He looks heroic.
In Orcish, I say, if he does try something, we just smash him as well.
And you see Drung nod towards you.
Then we walk off. Let's go.
As you guys descend into the mine, you can see the old broken wood. Hold on a sec. The old broken wood of the framework. It looks like a lot of the framework of the cave itself has actually been charred crisp, and it looks like there was wood that was holding closed the mine before, and it's just kind of lingering bits of timber and charcoal kind of laying on the ground. As you start to descend into the cave, you guys all have a feeling of kind of dryness that kind of is emitted here. Like there's a sense of dryness present, and the ground is kind of covered in black. The wood pillars and posts and support struts are charred black as well. Gavin actually starts kind of pushing the cloak, the shoulder of your cloak, trying to get into its familiar pocket, trying to escape this area because it smells really bad and it's not terribly keen on it.
I'll let him go.
Okay. He's still on you, and he can be quickly retrieved, but he's just not a fan.
Yeah, I respect that.
Your screen should have changed. You descend down. Darna, the candle that's on your head, it's not just sitting on your head, you're not balancing it. It has kind of like a band that they've fashioned for wearing. Yeah. And light, I presume, was cast on, like, not just directly him, probably on something he's holding.
Shield.
His chest piece.
Shield.
Oh, my chest piece. Interesting.
Check out the pectorals.
Well, you want to look heroic, right?
Sure. I'm fine with either.
Dude.
Yep, so you should be able to see the map as it stands. It's very black and round.
Shall we
There be
proceed?
Soot?
Chris's computer just died. He'll be right back.
All right, Chris Edwards, you're in charge.
Okay. Drung turns to Vagrant and Darna. Do we go forward?
Cardiff kneels down and inspects the dirt.
So Cardiff, you were present when
It's when it burned, right?
Yeah, it's basically a very hot fire was present here. The black that you're getting is probably just left over from the wood that was present inside the main chamber. You also notice that the stone, if you kind of flick at it, it chips. It's very brittle on its facade. Roll me a nature check. Yeah, so the fire can do one of two things kind of to the stone. It'll probably harden the exterior of the rock base, but this will cause it to become brittle as well. So you're certain that if the fire was as intense as it appears to have been, the ceiling might be kind of flash hardened, but it could cause a potential of a cave-in. It won't break up, like it won't break too hard. Like it'll just be kind of like a surface layer that chips down and falls in. If you get my meaning.
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
All right.
Another thing, and with that check super high, another thing you'll note too is that a lot of noise, any kind of noise that might echo throughout, might be problematic in here as well.
We should try. We should try to be quiet. Yeah.
As you start to scream, you see Gavin's head kind of pop out. You go, and it snaps back into the coat.
All right. Drung will take the lead and begin to descend into the entrance here.
Yeah, you have free reign.
Ways.
I'm working on that.
Okay. Again, you have free reign. So if you see something that you think is interesting, just let me know. But you can see that the cave appears to have a path ahead of you, and there appear to be two paths to the north and one to the north, one to the south. But from what you can see from here, it looks like there's a lot of rubble in those areas.
Drung's gonna turn and inspect this skeleton sitting on the wall here.
So it's burned, but it looks very old. It doesn't look like it was melted like this. It doesn't look like the person was alive when the fire hit. You can tell that because it doesn't appear that there's any residue or remnants of, anything. It looks like it was just a skeleton when it got hit by flames.
Okay. And is this a pillar right here? It just looks different.
It's a wooden. It is a wooden pillar. Right.
Sorry, I forgot that.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Is there anything that kind of off about the pillar, or is it just literally a support pillar?
It's a support strut, but it's covered in black. It's been charred.
Okay.
Just kind of glancing on it, you're not sure about its stability.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone then.
Tom, these are kind of notes that you're probably taking into effect as well. Just this, it seems like there's going to be a bit of renovation present.
Yep.
Also, if you would change your character name on your display name. Thanks.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. Kate, you kind of move around, kind of looking in. You see that there are a couple of skeletons present. But as I said to him, they don't look like they're fresh. They look like they've been done here for at least, years.
What does Kate's character look like?
Kate?
Darna, what's she look like?
She's a halfling. She looks like a kung fu master.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Computer's being slow. Should have been quicker. Darn it.
Thank you.
Okay. Drung's gonna head back all the way up to the north. Does this look like are these like a cave-in here?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming the same thing to the south. So there's
Correct, but to the south there appear to be two separate paths that were caved in, not just the one.
okay.
Can I recall this tunnel from before?
That one to the south was the one you entered in.
Okay.
You came in through there. You fought the ghosts here-ish, and there was wood that got lit aflame
Right.
by you, if I remember correctly.
So out of character, this is where Typhon got possessed, correct?
This is where the ghosts were when where they were released from. Correct. They were bound here, but because the whole place was lit afire and the doors were opened effectively, the ghosts were allowed to roam free, and they stopped
Okay.
Typhon for a time.
Okay. And there's no way to get to that to clear the rubble from the south. Like the boulders look too big to like physically move.
You would need a burrowing speed.
Okay. So off to the east I go.
Yeah, basically railroad.
Hey Tom, I can move your character.
Oh, that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That
Yeah,
would
I
probably
can-
been from when. No, that doesn't make sense. Might be when I got lost permissions. John messed with some stuff. Who knows?
I might have just put all players could edit your shit. I sure did.
Bye, Chody.
I'm trying, man.
Why are you using a broke ass computer?
I'm
it's
using
just-
a broke ass computer too.
Just because he's a broke ass orc. My processor don't work.
So when you get to this point, you can see that there's a bit more cave in. You'd also note that you're actually not walking kind of like down into a cave. It feels like you're actually ascending.
So you're up.
Yeah, you're going uphill. And you can see up ahead too. It looks like the ceiling is kind of cracked in. It looks like the fire doesn't really get too far past this point, the blackening of the walls and ceiling, but it looks like it kind of centered in a point just north, just right about there-ish. I mean, you're looking up at the ceiling, and there's small little flakes of like flint that are probably falling on your head. It seems that this place is very unsturdy here.
For we may be trapped.
Okay. No. It's not like it hasn't caved in. There's more.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, you were saying cracked, so I assumed that it looked
No.
like it was. Okay.
No, it's just the ceiling looks like it could fall in on you at any moment, is what I was saying.
Oh, okay. Well, let's not do that.
So you cautiously continue on.
And you said it doesn't go much past like this area, correct?
No. What you can see is what you can see. Like,
Okay.
it continues on. I'm just saying that right where I pinged, like right around here-ish, the ceiling looks really chipped off. There's no blackening past this point. Like this place seems clear of the fire.
So I'll yell, kind of not loudly, but kind of motion to the group to move quickly through this area.
Okay. Cardiff, go ahead and make another nature check for me. Your presumption is that and it's a very strange situation that you're kind of connecting with here. The fire in the other chamber would have gone to the quickest way that it could have exited out, right?
Yeah.
It would have been caught by the wood planks, which were very thick and would take quite a long time to burn. And there's plenty of pathway to go this way out. So the fire should have gone this way, unless there was some sort of backdraft or like gust of air coming from this opposite direction, pushing it out the front door. And you don't really catch too many signs of that at current. But that's the only way that you could think that the fire wouldn't continue on this way and continue into the mine rather than what it did. Okay. As you kind of come around the corner there, you see that there is a large hole in the ground. Looks like it's a bunch of dirt is kind of pushed in. Kind of looks like it's sunk down and in. There are a whole bunch of rocks, broken stone, and such. Looks like they were starting a mining operation here, but the floor gave out in the center. You can see kind of remnants of mining equipment, but it's all rusted and rotted away.
Okay, I'm gonna approach the where the floor
Okay.
fell in.
Are you trying to look down into it?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh shit. Hold on.
All right.
Woohoo!
So you guys watch Drung kind of walk up to the hole and kind of like step on the edge and kind of look in. As you do so, the floor kind of gives out underneath you, and you try to kind of back yourself in a way, but you fall into the hole. Anybody have anything they want to do reaction-wise? Nobody was really right with him. But is there anything that you guys want to do?
Nope.
All right. Well, you watch the half-orc fall into the hole.
I mean, I don't have anything.
It's fine.
You have like feather fall, do you not?
Nope.
You fall quite a bit. Taking that much damage.
You got lucky.
I did get lucky.
Actually, no. Yeah.
It's about average.
Yeah, it's average.
You hit a large mound of dirt, and you seem to be in kind of a worked chamber. You're about 5 feet off the ground. When you look straight up, you can see that the room kind of funnels upwards like a pyramid, and you fell probably about 5 feet or so through a hole of dirt, and then about 5 feet through a hole of stone. And then at the end of that hole, it started to flute out in a diamond shape to a height of 10 feet above you. And there are 4 passageways away from you, each set into one of the cardinal directions.
Okay.
Cardiff reaches into a bag and pulls out a hempen rope and hands it to Fagrin.
If you would be so kind.
Vagrant takes the rope and looks towards the other half-orc. Perhaps we should get him out of there.
I take the rope and lower it down to him.
Okay. So where are you going to stand? Like right on the hole or a ways away?
I would.
Ways away. I'm gonna get
Cardiff would interrupt immediately. He would hand the rope to Fagrin and then say,
Do gods, if you would perhaps tie that around your waist and then leave some loose, perhaps to ensure you don't fall as well.
I look at him funny and kind of flex, but do what he says.
Fagrin raises his voice and goes, "Well, there is a rock there we could use. Perhaps lower the rope and use the rock as a
Roll a D1.
as leverage." Who?
Tom.
Okay.
As you raise your voice, you kind of hear like a rumbling behind you, and then you hear kind of the sound of stone, not like a large amount, just a rain of like small flecks of stone kind of falling and hitting the ground from the passageway behind you.
Well, I wasn't really raising my voice, but sure.
I thought you said you raised your voice.
No.
I swear I heard him say that. I guess I'm a crazy person. It's fine.
If you're recording, check it later. Tell me if I'm wrong.
It's fine. No big deal. It didn't happen. It's no big deal. All right. So you have it tied to Dugat, and you toss the rope in. What else was there? Hello?
I'm not sure what they were doing up there.
Hey. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Since they're taking their sweet time, go
We're
ahead and
tossing
talk
a rope
to
down to you.
Okay.
Well, as soon as I seen the rope drop towards me, I yell up, "Come down!"
Roll D100. You start to hear stones kind of fall loose behind you guys as Drung's echoing voice booms up through the
Vagrant
tunnel.
moves towards the walls.
It sounds like a good number of stones have kind of fallen, but you're pretty sure the whole roof didn't come down. Maybe another such outburst might cause you some serious issue.
Perhaps one should quieten their voice. Unless
These
you
are
want this
support
to be your
struts, right?
tomb.
These are support struts, right?
Yeah, but they're blackened.
Yeah.
Well, no, these ones aren't, actually. Sorry, they're rotted.
Oh, fuck.
Mend.
Be
Use
right.
mend.
Where's Thunder when we need him?
Bunda got rid of mend because it never came in handy, and then it did, and I got rid of it.
Perfect.
Yep. Well, shall we? Vagrant gestures to the York, a half-orc in front of him. Shall we?
Cardiff walks to the half-orc, undoes the loop on the half-orc, and places the loop on himself. Kind of ties
Okay.
himself.
Lower me if you would.
Drunk, as you're kind of waiting for them to send, and someone is lowering Dan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Drunk, you start hearing this kind of eerie sounding voice on the wind kind of blowing at you from the passageway to the east.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my battle axe and kind of stand ready at the entrance of that area.
How far down is this hole?
That's about 60 feet. But when you kind of get to the bottom, there's no light source for you. You should be in all black. Drung, when you come down to that passageway and look down it, you see... hold on a second. Yeah, you see two alcoves, one to the left, one to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And up ahead of you, you see a stone block set inside of the hall. The stone block's face that you can see actually looks like what you can see on the floor. It's a sun pattern with a circle in its center.
Okay.
Hey,
And it
John.
looks like the alcoves have the same. Go ahead.
I got good memory. I would assume, having an intelligence score of 18.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grasp for the patch on my robe.
Okay.
And tear it off for a bullseye lantern.
All right. When you first pull it out and it starts to light, it's just a normal open lantern. It's not lit. Right?
It says filled and lit.
Okay. Perfect. And you can focus the beam of the bullseye lantern if you'd like, but at current it's just set in open space.
I'd like to focus the beam, and I'm just gonna kind of look around.
It's what? 45, right?
Let me double check.
Yeah.
Cast light on a 60-foot cone and dim light an additional 60 feet. So light for 60, dim for.
Got it.
Just gonna kind of working around a little bit.
Sure. The rest of you guys up top,
Mm-hmm.
what are we doing? Chodies have been really quiet. Are you guys alive?
Yes.
Is Chris having system issues or? The other Chris, not
He's
Stoner.
downstairs. I don't know. He was having computer problems. No, no one can hear you.
We can hear Chris Edwards typing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seriously.
Set it to push to talk. For God's sake.
Punch the keys, for God's sake.
It's
So
because
there's a rope around Dugat, correct?
not any.
And he lowered Card. Well, someone lowered Cardiff down, so I assume that was Dugat.
So I will use the rope if Dugat will help lower me down.
Sure. Since he can't resist because he can't talk, he lowers you down. All right.
After she's down, I guess I'm next.
Okay. Hold on a second. While she's being lowered down, Cardiff, Dugat, or Drung, other one. Is there anything in particular that you guys would like to do?
Leave.
It's already in the hole. But Cardiff, you would notice that the walls look like they were formerly painted. There's like chisel marks and etching marks on the stone, and you can see that there's a bunch of paint scraps in the corners of the wall and floor.
Drung would go to like the very start of the alcoves, like right about there.
Yeah. And you'd look in and you'd see that they both have the same sun pattern, but each one has a strange, different middle circle portion.
Old man, come.
Danya? Okay. I don't know what's going on with everybody not being...
Why is Dan in secret time?
No idea.
I'm in secret time?
No,
Oh, Bunnel.
funnel. Come this way to me.
Dan Young, why
Dan
are
Young.
you not talking to Chris Edwards when he talks to you?
Why am I? I'm not gonna wait for the party, man.
Well, talk to him. Tell him that.
I was getting some strawberries.
Tell us that.
You guys were already talking. I'm not gonna interrupt you guys to go get strawberries.
We've spent the last 5 minutes talking at you, and you were present.
So at least type be right back or something.
Sure. Sorry. I haven't had
Okay.
breakfast yet.
Great.
So I assume he wants me to inspect these.
Yep, they're sun patterns. Strange markings in the sun, circles.
Any arcana or like arcane significance, religious significance?
You can roll Arcana, I guess. No, not really.
And they
Okay.
just look as compass rose on them, kind of.
Yeah, that one there has a compass rose with 8 points. The one to the south of that has a compass rose with 4 points kind of set in a square. And then the one that's on the wall in front of you, this one here is not, this is not like the one directly in front That's not a place that you can walk onto. It actually stops here-ish. And this is the wall, but it looks like this.
Okay, that makes sense.
Except that this center portion in the middle is kind of beveled out like a bowl.
Can you hear me now?
Finally,
Hey,
Yes.
Oh my god, it works.
before the orc lowered me down, I will have instructed him after he'd finished lowering me down to tie the rope off onto that rock
Mhm.
before he comes down.
Okay, he ties it off on a rock.
I see an arrow that says 22.4 feet, but can't see anything else.
Great. Yeah, that's about right. So you tie it off to the rock, like I was saying. Chris Edward, or sorry, no, not Chris Edwards. Chody, do me a favor and roll me a dexterity check.
Working on it.
Sure. All right, you tie it to the rock, you descend down, and you get onto the ground there. It's a pile of dirt, and your friends are going down one way, and the new guy's kind of off on his own over here over this side.
Real quick
Bits.
question, John.
Sure.
Do the center of these look like they can be like pushed?
So you're looking at the ground. That's what the ground looks like for the ones on the side.
Okay.
The one directly ahead is the facade. You cannot push the ground. I mean, I guess you could, but it.
I could step on it.
Yeah, that would
It's
probably
called doing a push-up.
Yeah.
Cardiff taps on the stone, see if it's hollow, see if it's frail, see if it's thin.
Sure. While that's happening, Kate, go ahead and roll a perception check. Okay. All right. You're just kind of watching them do their thing. Tom, you kind of come around that way there. You can see that there is.
I'm just
passageways.
peeking around the corners this side, and then I'd be peeking around the corners this side as well.
Certainly. Well, I was going to tell you it was on the top one there before you just like Sonic the Hedgehog across the way.
I'm just saying.
Sure. To the right, there's a door
Gotta go fast.
that you can see.
Mhm.
The door appears to have a symbol on it that looks like it's patterned in a very strange kind of old style. And it looks like there is a female form in the center of it. And it looks like there's fire all about her.
By any chance, is it Vazriel?
It is indeed Vazriel.
Because I have Vazriel heritage.
Perfect. There's no language present, but you would recognize the significance. It's one of the weirding women.
Okay. And then the other side as well.
You kind of look to the left, you would see another one. That one would be water. And then if you go down to the other side, there's another T. It'll be earth and air.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I'd rejoin them.
Okay. Well, they're still, before you get back to them, they're obviously going to be doing some investigation. Cardiff, you knock on the floor of the north one. No, it's solid, completely solid. And you knock on the floor of the one on the south, completely solid.
Okay.
And then you go over to the one all the way over here in the front and check it, like the stone wall.
Yep.
Okay. Make a perception check. Or investigation.
Could I do
your choice.
investigation? Investigation, because I'm more investigating.
Sure. You start to realize that there is a draft coming through here, and you kind of notice that the bowl shape in the center of this this wall seems to have a small sliver of a hole kind of cut into it that kind of flutes in. So it's wider on the outside and narrower as it goes in deeper into the stone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's completely black on the other side. You can't really see anything past it. But it seems that this is where the wind is coming from, and it seems to be emanating the sound because of the nature of the hole.
Does the hole look smoothed? Like, was it fashioned this way?
It was fashioned this way.
And the hole's location, is it kind of in the center? Is it off on the side? Is it in the crease?
Dead center.
Dead center. Okay. Crowbar time.
Crowbar time?
Let's get a crowbar. I don't fucking know, man. Crowbar, pickaxe, something. Is there any? There's no mechanisms or anything.
Not that you can identify here.
Okay. And it's just stone, correct?
Uh-huh.
Drunk's gonna go back and try to stand on like the center of the alcove.
They don't move. They're
Drunk.
not push plates.
Drunk seems to be playing at mage, and he kind of just steps on it, kind of looks around like something's supposed to happen or something magical is supposed to take place. But he's just standing there, which is a half orc.
Drunk. Do you have any pittons or hammers?
Actually, I don't think so. Hold on. let me check.
Fagrin walks forward out of the background into the foreground as he seems to have just been observing. Reaches into his backpack and says, "Here, take mine."
You hand him a
See
pigeon.
here, there's a slight opening here. I wonder if we could make it a larger opening with brute force. We appear to have many of resources for that, I would say.
To which he steps aside and he's like, "Perhaps your friends could be of assistance then. That's not exactly my forte."
All right, Drunk, you have a piton in your hand.
Yep, I'm gonna stick it in the hole.
It doesn't fit.
Hammer it into the
I'm gonna hammer it into the hole. There we go.
So yeah, it kind of goes in a little bit for you to set it, and then you start. Do you have a hammer?
I do. If they need a hammer, I'll give them a hammer as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should have
Hit him
a
a
hammer
hammer.
with those pittons. I would.
And
hope.
he sets it in there, and he hits it a couple of times. It seems to kind of wedge in place, and you start to kind of hit it. And then after a fashion, it kind of like you hear this strange noise, and yeah, I'm gonna need
Hit
you
something.
to make me a perception check there, Drung.
There it goes.
Okay, so you don't notice it as it's coming. So this attack will have advantage. So I'll go and roll twice. So it misses. You quickly guide yourself away. The piton is launched about 10 feet by the hole as a stream of kind of this strange wind kind of follows after it. And it hits the ground and kind of bounces and slides back. It hits kind of a weird lip on the stone right about there and stops.
Cardiff would sit down and open his book, his spell book, and
It'll take a moment.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Sure. Taking some time, casting Detect Magic. It's
Yeah.
fine. It doesn't appear that there's much to the stone. It does appear that there's nothing that you can see, because I believe you can't see through stone for magic. That said, you kind of move anywhere else, checking anything else out?
So we fast forwarded rapidly for me to have Detect Magic ready. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm just saying you can cast it as a ritual. It's fine. Yeah, there's nothing else is happening.
Okay.
Unless someone else wants to do something in that 10 minutes while I
That's
cast
what I was wondering.
Yeah, I wander off.
Okay.
I get bored of watching them, and I wander off. Slink
Okay.
off to one of these
The
doors.
Okay. Yeah, there are two doors present. When you look to the left, the one on the water door, you would notice, and that's not the one, the one on the other side. It looks like it's actually slightly ajar.
Which one was the fire door?
The one that you're currently standing near.
Okay, I got that one.
Okay, what if I blow? I'm gonna blow wind into the crack, the crevice. I'm gonna just.
Have you ever blown into a fan?
That's pretty much what it is. Okay.
Yeah. In fact, if you start saying like words, you can just totally sound like Darth Vader.
I have a fan right here. Give me a second.
And I'll make this happen.
Here's one I prepared earlier.
Drunk, you going over to that door?
Yep.
Okay. You open up this one, and you can see that inside this 20 by 20 room, which has about a 20-foot high ceiling, also kind of pyramidical, but on its north side, so it's kind of got like a slant to it. And its west side kind of has a slant to it, so it's not like a full pyramid; it's kind of like a half. Anywho, the point is there's a strange pool in the center of the chamber. This pool appears to be kind of covered in its inside with staining on the stone that kind of makes it look kind of bluish green. It looks like it's just regular stone like everywhere else, but this just has this staining in it in the pool that makes it look bluish green.
Okay, I'm gonna approach.
Okay, when you actually see inside of the lip of the pool, you can see that there is about a foot wide, foot diameter stone sphere that appears to look like it's made of the same stone as the wall with the sun in it.
About how deep is the pool?
About 2 feet. You can just reach in and grab it.
Okay, I'm gonna reach in and
Pick it
grab
up.
a hold.
Okay, you have this strange stone orb.
Okay, I'm gonna return back to the.
Looks like a good rock for throwing.
Doesn't it though? I'm gonna bring it back to Fagrin here. Drone, find this.
What does it appear to be to me?
It's a completely smooth 1 foot diameter stone orb. Do you want to investigate it?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Make an investigation check. Sorry.
Yeah, I was rolling. I just forgot I was in editing mode.
No problem. So you would actually notice something that's very fine and possibly not observable by others, but there appears to be a seam line to it that goes entirely around one horizon line. So it appears to have 2 sides. That's really it. It is a completely smooth sphere other than the seam line. And it looks like it's made out of the same stone as the wall that they were all investigating.
Okay.
Does anybody else have anything they want to interject?
I'm making shadow puppets on the wall.
Nice. With the candle hat.
Yes.
Perfect.
Interesting.
Have I finished my ritual yet?
Yeah, I said you did.
Okay. Well
I
then.
told you you can't
the
see
time
magic
spent-
through stone. So.
Right.
You have a keen eye. Go take this to the wizard. He shall be very happy.
I show Cardiff the. Walk back to Cardiff and show him the sphere.
And then I would proceed to be going into the other room.
Is the sphere magical or is it just mundane?
Mundane.
Does there appear to be anywhere I could slot the sphere into
That
the wall?
hole we discussed earlier in that wall, yep.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go and slot it into the hole.
Yeah. So basically, it's kind of like a about 6-inch divoted bowl in the center that's about a foot wide, and in the center of that bowl is that tiny hole. You set the stone into the hole, and it seems to kind of just set there perfectly, like it was made for that. And the wind doesn't shoot it out or anything. But you notice that there's kind of about an inch line, or less than an inch, maybe half an inch line that kind of appears on the bottom of the stone and on the sides of the stone. and the wind seems to be kind of coursing out through those sides. The stone kind of wobbles towards you. It seems to be kind of floating in its space.
Drunk, if you would just pull the wall or push the wall, maybe.
You would also notice too that the back end of the sphere is kind of fallen away from the front end of the sphere, kind of almost creating like a handhold.
Oh,
I'll grab a hold of it
And
pull it.
go ahead and move yourself to where you want to pull it to. It stops right there. It doesn't seem to be able to move past this because of that push line. But at this stage, you're pretty sure that you could either push it continually back on and forward or to the sides.
I would gesture up. Yep.
Up.
Up.
Up. Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 second.
The entire cave collapses upon you.
We all die.
As the stone sets into that alcove perfectly, the alcove actually starts to lift up and away from you, kind of towards the ceiling. Like that block starts to lift up. But you notice that underneath the block, as it starts to ascend, there isn't more block. It looks like there's actually a spiral staircase that seems to be the action that's pushing it up. Until, hold on a second. It forms like so. You also notice that behind the block that you pulled away, there appears to be a passageway that continues. And the wind seems to be kind of coolly coming towards you. What you can see with the bullseye lantern is that there appear to be a number of levers on the ground and a large set 2 portcullis that are kind of dropped down in the 2 passageways. Beyond that, there's a ziggurat that seems to be sitting inside of some kind of glowing liquid.
Okay, do you remember this puzzle?
It's not the same.
Okay.
Okay. Does the spiral staircase look like it's leading up or down?
Up.
Okay.
I still haven't entered that room that I said I was going to enter ages ago.
Oh, you said to enter the other. Oh, the door's closed.
Okay.
And yeah, you open it. It's empty. It's just got a pool in it.
I was going to throw some fire in it.
Okay, does nothing.
And leave.
Right.
Is there any writing or inscriptions?
You see 2 charred, completely charred over skeletons. They look like they've been down here. You don't know how long, but it looks like in the hand of one of the skeletons, it seems to be completely closed shut around something that seems to be kind of slightly burned as well.
I will grab it.
Okay, as the hand kind of opens up, you can see that there's patchings of melted flesh kind of tattered to a piece of paper that seems to be kind of crumpled up in its hand.
What does the paper say?
Okay, you pull it open, and you start to read the text aloud. Hold on a second. My notes. Sound like you're going up the stairs. I don't think I had to open them. It seems that it's just a series of different notes regarding information about the levers. And I'll get it for you here in a second. But just if you want more description of the room, I can give it to you while we wait.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Tell me about the...
5 levers, each with a different colored handle. Looks like they're kind of in a strange spectrum, kind of like a prism, from darkest indigo to red on the other side. This room is about 25 feet high, or 20 feet high, And up behind you, above the door, there seem to be 5 grates. To the north and south of you, on the ground, are grates as well. And looking beyond the portcullis, you can see that there's a pyramid that has 4 sluices kind of on the outskirts of it, or 3 that you can see rather, and a top end that seems to be kind of glowing as well.
So the top end is the source of the wind?
It just seems like this entire room seems to be kind of a source of the wind.
Okay.
There seems to be a bit of a
grates?
Well, it seems to be a bit of a current to whatever the liquid is that's glowing, and basically it's causing the wind to kind of push out and away from it.
Are these skeletons burned and charred? They're not.
Yeah,
correct?
completely.
They are burned and charred. Okay. Oh, fuck.
The words on the thing. Sorry, hold on. Oh, I just had it. Here we go. A secret compartment under the lava holds the ring of Harn's de Razor. To unlock the levers, throw the one that rings the gong. Drain the moat before moving the lava. The blue lever drains the moat and sounds the horn. The red and purple levers do not control the lava. You'll hear a whistle if the lava drains away. You'll hear a bell if the lava flows into the moat. The lever that rings the bell is next to the green lever. The lever that rings the gong is the one on the end of the row. The purple lever does not ring anything. The lever that blows the whistle is next to both the lever that rings the bell and the lever that sounds the horn. The portcullises rise to a drumbeat. The yellow and green levers do something to the lava.
Can you possibly put that in chat so that we can see it physically? Thank you.
Move aside, peasants. This looks like a job for the 19 intelligence. I'm not saying it.
All right.
So we need to unlock the levers. So we need to throw the one that rings the gong. Which one rings the gong? One at the end of the row.
Hold on, just give me a second.
So we need to pull
The red one rings the gong, I think.
It does, I think, as well. So the red one rings the gong. What do we do after we ring the gong?
You have to drain. Okay, hold on. Just give me just a second. No Tucky for just a moment.
We need to drain the moat before moving the lava. Well, I mean, obviously, here's my problem. These guys, I mean, obviously what they did, their notes failed them. So why the fuck are we using the notes that failed them? Just saying.
Maybe they're not their notes. Maybe it's notes of someone else that they failed to interpret properly.
Could have been.
My question is why is the half-orc figuring this out?
He's not. I am.
Hey man, don't be racist. He's a half-orc, not full.
He's smart. He's smart half-orc. So we need to drain. So somebody needs to ring a bell.
Fagringedis crosses his arms and leans against the wall of the chamber, the passageway leading up to this room. and observes.
Need to drain the moat, actually. So the red and purple levers do not control the lava.
Okay. Just a real quick rule of thumb, and I'm just going to go grab a beverage while you guys kind of muster. I love puzzles; they're my favorite thing because I can just watch and just chuckle. But that said, if you as a player character wish to act on any of the levers, I need you to type /space the color lever, the red lever, for example, so that it'll appear like this in the screen. Okay? If you so it'll be /EM, but with no space, /EM. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. If you act on a lever, that's the only reason that would be the case. That I'll take you seriously for it. Okay. I'll be right back.
The blue lever drains the moat and sounds the horn.
So we don't want to throw that one because it'll do both.
No, hold on. So the yellow and green move the lava. The purple's the one that probably sounds the drum beat.
Right. It doesn't ring anything and it doesn't control the lava. So I think you're right. I think it does control the drum beat. So that'll probably indigo will probably be the last one. Maybe.
Yeah, the purple's last, red's first, blue,
You
then
do not want to hit the yellow button or the yellow lever because the yellow will ring the bell and the bell will ring if the lava flows into the moat. Or do we do want to hit the yellow button? I don't know.
We gotta drain the moat before we hit the lava.
Yes.
So blue drains the moat and sounds the horn.
Yes.
So I'm thinking we hit red, blue. But then what do we do with yellow?
It says you'll hear the whistle if the lava drains away, and you'll hear a bell if the lava flows into the moat. We do not want the lava in the moat, correct?
We have to drain the moat before we put the lava in the moat.
it's red, blue, green. Hold on. Yeah, it should be red, blue, green, purple. We don't touch the yellow, I believe. So somebody have at it because I ain't doing shit.
The yellow and green levers do something to the lava. It has to do something.
Doesn't have to do something.
It says the yellow and green levers do something to the lava. The lever that rings the bell is next to the green lever.
So somebody throw the red lever.
Well, we're gonna just figure it all. Okay, so we
That didn't work.
So Darna moves over to the red. Pulls it.
wait. Are we
Stop.
just gonna start pulling?
Yeah, hold on a second. So the red one's pulled. You hear a click and a click. Then Drung walks over and pulls the blue. Upon pulling the blue, you hear a click and a click, and you start to hear the sound of water draining. It would sound like the moat is currently emptying out. It takes a good while. Do you wait for it to drain or
Yeah.
start pulling?
We
Okay.
wait.
About 5 minutes later, sounds like there's no water splashing anymore. Then what happens?
We didn't hear a horn sound.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. Back up. You pulled the red. When the red was pulled, you heard a gong. When the blue was pulled, you heard a horn.
Now we need to drain the lava away. So we need to hear a bell, and then we need to hear a whistle.
My puzzles involve alcohol.
I'm drinking, if that helps you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
green,
does. Thanks, mate.
Next to the green lever,
That's
we
a
already
shit
pulled
ton
the
of
blue.
alcohol at my house.
You're
So I
welcome.
think we need to pull the yellow now.
No. Green.
Not the yellow.
Next to the green, it rings the bell. The lever that rings the bell is next to the green lever. We've already pulled the blue, right?
Right,
haven't-
but the thing is, listen. Hold on.
Why should we not pull the yellow?
If you hear the bell, the lava flows into the moat. If you hear the whistle, the lava drains away. You want to hear the whistle, not the bell.
Well, don't we have to drain it away from the moat? We drained the moat, right? So the moat is now empty. So therefore, the lava needs to flow into the moat, and then we need to drain the moat again.
John, we can see the moat from where we're at, right?
Yeah, well, it's empty, but yeah,
Okay, so we drained the moat.
the moat has been drained.
So now we need to fill the moat with lava. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, let's just chill for a second and reassess. We've already thrown the blue and the red lever. So those are done. Now we need to throw the indigo. It goes last. So
Yes.
we need to figure out which one goes next, the green or the yellow. So what's the significance of the green lever and what's the significance of the yellow lever?
The thing is I'm afraid that if we pull the yellow lever, then it'll flow into the moat, and then we won't be able to get across to get to the.
We
Wherever
need
the
to
ring is.
eventually pull all the levers.
Not necessarily.
Why do we
I-
have to pull all of
I
the
feel like
levers?
we have to because every we have to have. Okay, let me go back and let's just go back and reread it. Throw the one that rings the gong. Done. Drain the moat before moving the lava. Drain the moat before moving the lava. We need to move the lava
Yes,
The
and the
blue
green
lever
and the
drains
yellow
the
both do
moat.
that.
and sounds the horn. So we've thrown the blue. So we move the water and we sounded the horn. The red and purple levers do not control the lava. Correct. Those are irrelevant. You'll hear a whistle if the lava drains away. You'll hear a bell if the lava flows into the moat. The lever that rings the bell is next to the green. So you're thinking that we should not drain the lava into the moat? Is that
No.
basically what you're saying?
Yes.
You're
So-
thinking that we should drain the lava, not put the lava in the moat.
We
Correct.
wanted to drain
But where
away.
does it drain the water to?
Do we care?
Well, it could drain it to where the treasure is.
It's a secret compartment in the center.
Which lava is currently present in.
Yes. So you just want to get the lava to go away, and you want the portcullises to raise. So that would be green and then purple. Because it doesn't say anything about dipping the lava into the moat. It just said yeah, it doesn't say anything about draining the lava into the moat and then moving it again. It just says you'll hear this. Now, I think if it goes in the moat, it won't go anywhere else.
Okay. But we just drained water out of the moat, right?
But that doesn't mean lava will drain out the moat.
Okay.
Because I don't know. You know what I mean? If you throw the lever.
The water is taking the place of whatever drained it.
Yes.
So-
Essentially. Because I don't want to throw the blue lever again to drain the lava out because you can't do that, right? No one says you can't, but the way the puzzle is, it says you can't.
Okay.
So
let's pull the green.
green.
Still waiting.
Go, go, Green Ranger, go.
Okay. You pull the green lever, and you hear a loud thunk and the sound of what sounds like something falling, very heavy, possibly liquid. And then you hear a loud sizzling and a pop noise. The second the sizzle pop sound hits.
I got the Crystal Maze theme song going through my head right now.
I need everybody who's currently engulfed in fog, which would be all of you, to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
I think we did it wrong.
Yep, you did.
Was
I didn't
yellow.
interject because I've already done this before.
Okay. If you did not hit a DC of 15, you're taking
Can I
the
jump
full-
backwards?
You're taking the full brunt of this damage. Oh, you're still inside of it. There's 10 feet behind you that it goes. It's kind of not clear. I'll probably do a ringed one here. Hold on.
Yeah, it looks
But-
like 5 feet behind me, as I can
So
tell.
it was yellow, then green.
If you failed, you're taking that much damage. If you succeeded, you're taking half that much damage.
Was it yellow, then green, then indigo?
The lava needed to end up in the moat.
That's what I thought.
If the water and the lava ever end up in the same two places,
You get a bunch
same
of
place,
steam.
then you get a bunch of steam.
Yeah.
I'm down.
It was
What?
really good treasure too.
You have 19 hit points.
I have 18.
Real quick, hold on a second.
I would love to help, but it feels like cheating when you've done it before.
That's what I was like. I didn't want to say anything.
It was actually different, though.
The
puzzle was
pulls
like-
were different, but the same order was the same.
No, the order wasn't the same.
No, I'm saying like what you had to do, like
Yeah.
green it, pull out,
Oh,
pull the
Sure,
lava
that's,
out into the moat.
that's fine. Knowing how it's supposed to work, kind of. I mean, yeah.
Drung would or Dugat wouldn't have known.
And my character is just observing at the moment, so it's not.
Okay, hold on a second.
Well, then,
Let me-
Chris,
Let me fix these rings.
you the worst. Just kidding. Love you.
Well, you know.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. So on the picture, it looks like it's 5 feet behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're actually technically in a, I can't remember the name of that type of graph, but
Yeah, you're in the center of both. Yeah.
Venn diagram.
Hey, John.
which is why you took as much as you did. Yeah.
Question. What's the ring do? Now that we're never gonna get it.
Oh, no. Don't worry about that.
Damn it.
So that said, whoosh. So at this point, we're going to act in an initiative order, okay? And we'll go ahead and just roll initiative for the sake of the combat. Cardiff, you're very
Holy fuck.
aware, and that's fine, reaction, that's fine. But you're very aware that the steam is not going to stop. It's going to continue to fill this chamber out. It will continue to expand. Do you understand?
yeah.
Okay. So, everybody, even if you're dying, roll initiative.
What damage was that? Fire.
Fire, correct.
See, the resistance to damage I have is never going to come into play, most likely.
Kate, what's Darna's dexterity?
+4 or at 18.
Okay, so you go before Vigran, even though you're dying. Okay. Cool. Drung, you're first. You can
John. I think that I should have made that save actually, because of my danger sense.
Oh, yes, that's fine.
Sweet.
So you would only take 9, 10, because round against players in this game.
That was a DC 15. Jody.
Yeah, DC 15, you failed,
Oh,
actually.
nope, failed either way. Bummer.
Yep.
I got excited. I was looking at my sheet when he said resistance.
But, Drung, you would notice that Darna basically falls to the ground. It looks like a lot of her skin is kind of like starting to welt and become red. She hits the ground. Everyone else seems to be a bit more alert and kind of dodges and such. Cardiff, not so much. He, too, is also kind of... His beard's kind of shriveling towards his face. What would you like to do? It would be an action to pick up a downed member, despite their size, no matter what their size is.
Yeah.
And movement, of course, you have 30 feet of movement.
I have 40 feet of movement.
40 feet of movement. Fair enough. What would you like to do?
I'm going to run back towards, let's see, 1, 2.
10 feet so far.
I'm going to pick Darna up as an action and then move 30 feet.
Here.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Darna, death saving throw.
I don't remember how to do that.
It would be a, there should be a button there.
Click on the word death saves.
You're good. Okay, that's 1 success. Fagrin.
As the steam hits, Fagrin drops to his knees and rolls backwards out of it.
Okay.
Stands up and carries on moving to the end of the corridor.
Bonus action, continue moving faster? Or?
Yeah, I'm going to bonus action dash.
Okay. You can see the rope dangling from above.
On the way past,
he
pulls out he kind of takes off his glove off with one hand and just touches her.
As
continues going.
Okay.
Yep. Gain 1 hit point.
Okay. Kate, you have 1 hit point, so you're conscious.
The half orc will see a glow from his hand as she comes back to life. Or comes back conscious again.
You got.
He's just gonna trudge out like angrily, like he knows it hurt him, so he's just mad now that he got caught in it.
Okay. Anything else?
Just getting out of it and making sure that Darna's okay.
Okay. Cardiff.
Grab the girl.
Yeah, do that. Bonus action, I'm gonna click my heels. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, and from here I can see the little. I want to grab the thing with Mage Hand. Can I cast Mage Hand to grab it and then try and pull? Like, how heavy did the door look when he was moving it? I want to use my just try and recall. Was he moving that thing very easily?
Are you talking about the stone that was moved?
Stone that was moved with the wind.
It's currently in the ceiling.
It is in the ceiling.
Also, Mage Hand can only do 10 pounds.
That's what I was wondering.
A stone door weighs more than 10 pounds. A normal door.
It actually takes 1 pound of pressure to move that door when it's in its gliding mode. But the problem is it's not in that gliding mode because it's in the ceiling.
Right.
Right.
Well, it seems going to continue to expand.
Yes. All right, that's Cardiff, right?
Then I'd keep moving.
Move to your fullest extent.
Let's go here.
There is no stairs.
Yeah,
I mean the rope.
There's a staircase.
There's stairs right by me.
Right by me.
Oh, okay. Those stairs.
Okay, so bottom of the initiative. Just the one. So Darna and Drunk, go ahead and make dexterity saving throws.
Waste. Well, at least she doesn't get. At least she doesn't die as fast. I suppose.
2 failures. So 8 damage to the both of you.
I don't go past 0, right?
0's
No.
the least you can have, yeah.
If you were down though, you'd take an extra fail. So it's a good thing I brought you back.
I am not in that, John.
I said Drunk.
Oh, my bad.
Because he's underneath Dana.
We're the same person.
Got it.
Yeah. It's really unusual having 2 half orcs on the same team. That's why.
All right. Drunk, you're up.
Still carrying Darna because I haven't sat her down yet. 1, 2.
Okay, going for the rope or going for something else?
I think I'm currently holding the rope
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
since I'm right on the dirt pile.
I keep forgetting that I have push to talk, but yeah, not the rope.
You're not going for the rope. Okay.
Not yet.
All right. Darna, death saving throw.
Are you
Darna
leaving
would have
Dana
been
there?
with me. No, she would have been with me because I hadn't had a chance to set her down yet.
She just needs to move herself over to there. Chris Edwards can't move her for her. Do another that death saving throw action. That's 1 failure.
How long can a person sustain in a bag of holding?
Not for as long as they can breathe.
I think it's something like a minute to 10 minutes. I can't remember the
It's
duration.
basic-
Oh no, it's holding your breath. Yeah, con.
It's 1 round per con. Yeah.
So you could shove her in there, just to climb up.
1 round per con?
So yeah, 6 seconds per point of con. So if you have a 10 Constitution score, you can
1
hold
minute.
your breath for 1 minute.
Okay.
That's if she can fit, but she's a halfling, so she should be able to.
Yeah. Everyone else probably has about 200 or so pounds of kit, so they're probably not going to fit.
Well, I'm putting my fucking self in there if I have to.
How much do you weigh?
Frail old man? Is that a number?
Fair enough. You can't willingly pull yourself out, though. You know that, right?
Right, but
Someone has to pull you out.
That'd be hilarious if you died in there and someone got that bag, not knowing that like it was yours. And they pull out a dead man's skeleton and they're like,
Oh my.
Actually,
Use
no.
it as a ventriloquist dummy.
The weirdest part about that is he wouldn't really decompose. Like
I know,
because
yeah.
It holds its current state. So the only
So
thing
he'd
would
just
he
be
can't-
dead, but he'd be perfectly preserved.
so
I
you
guess
could
so.
revive me.
I'd have to look into that. I'd have to find out. I assume that if you're breathing, then you might decompose.
Well, you carry bacteria with you, so
Yeah, you would
Yeah.
decompose.
Yeah, it would be delicious. Okay. Figuring.
I'm
You're up.
climbing.
Okay. Do me a favor and make me a. Or how much do you weigh?
Fagrin is 160 pounds.
Okay, that's enough. So when you pull down on the rope, you hear a loud thud, then you hear a large sound of crashing up above you, and the rope starts to spill down towards you, as if someone who tied it very poorly to a rock that wasn't as secure as it needed to be.
Yeah, we're dead.
Oops.
Okay.
50 feet of rope.
Fagrin, quick thinking.
Mhm.
Let's go of the rope. He's just like he dashes
Okay.
into this room.
Okay.
And proceeds to shut the door.
Okay. All right. You guys, Cardiff, Darna, well, not Darna, Cardiff and Drug. You see the new guy dart north and then dart west. Drung, you were over that way before, so you assume he went to one of those doors. All right, you got?
I'm going
Steam's
to
riding
just
up on you.
take off with him.
You hear down from the corridor. If you've got sense, follow me.
That's as far as I can go.
Okay. The door is slightly ajar. I'm sure he's not shutting it absolutely yet. Cardiff.
So, if I throw an iron door into this passageway, would it close the passageway with the iron door?
It's 10 foot wide and 10 foot high. So your iron door is presumed to just be an iron door.
I mean,
It's like
that's what it says on.
5 by 10. I think
It'd
it
only
is.
be a 5 by 10.
Probably 5 by 8 to be completely 100%. But yeah, it won't seal it.
If only you were more powerful. I mean, I can't talk. I'm a pathetic arcane trickster, so.
Yeah, why don't you shuffle your cards, bitch?
It doesn't even
Hey.
say how big the iron door is, but
We'll presume that it's a door that would be on a regular door.
It's a standard door, but it's made of iron.
okay. I can't use magic. There's no magical solution that I have. Arrgh.
Well, then you're a useless wizard, aren't you?
Fuck you.
If you're a wizard that has no magic to help a situation, you're a useless wizard because you've got no hit points to contribute.
What are you doing?
So I can only use one bonus action in a turn, correct?
Correct.
Fucking hell, man.
One bonus action, one
So,
action, one reaction.
Question: you said that there was like a lip. Is this literally just a straight hold down, or is there like a lip above? I'm just curious.
It's literally like an inch of a lip, like a small step you wouldn't notice if you weren't paying attention, or if
Okay.
the cube wasn't hitting against it.
I just remember you said something about that. Well, I guess
Yeah.
I'm gonna retreat. I'm gonna follow with my boots of super speed.
Okay. Holding your lantern, looking around. All right.
We did.
No, we're not. Steam naturally wants to rise, so it will go up the hole rather than into all of these crevices first.
Depends on how much
And
expands
those-
and how quickly it expands.
And
Mhm.
the stairs as well. It's going to go up those stairs, so it shouldn't come far.
Naturally, it wants to go upwards more so than through. It's the path of least resistance, so it's not going to squeeze through all the crevices until it's gone through the easiest paths.
Trung, you notice that it doesn't come as quickly at this point. It would seem that it is kind of filling out something else. You would presume that it did go up the stairs and fill out the room. Perhaps that's beyond those steps. But it does still seem to be pursuing you. It doesn't seem to have stopped at the doors and just continued that way. So it seems to have filled that room entirely and is continuing on. Like it's not a very large room that's on the opposite side of those steps.
Right.
What are you doing, Drung?
His roll 20 froze. No, we cannot hear you.
No, not Chody. Chris Edwards.
No,
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm good.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Okay. Well, my roll 20 is frozen. So,
Just following them.
yeah.
Taking the halfling with you.
If she's still unconscious, yes.
Okay. Darn death saving throw. 1 success, 1 failure. Fagrin.
Seeing him at the door, if she happens to be unconscious again, you get once again pulls off his gauntlet, gives her 1 hit point. Get in, you fool.
Okay. Dugat, grab Darna, move into the room.
Move over this side.
Okay. Cardiff.
This is a door, correct?
That thing that Dugat's at? Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
He's going to be the last one in.
When it's shut, I'd like to see how sealed it is. Oh, that works.
It's going to take 10 minutes.
Or you could just use a spell slot and take a minute instead.
I didn't prepare it for today. I'm not a sorcerer.
I think
So
10
just
minutes,
to
this will
note,
be over.
You guys can see the smoke on the other side coming from the fire chamber. That's not true. It's just I have a hard time wrapping around corners. But your presumption is that the room that you just left is filling out. That said, Drung, you're up.
Hold on, I can't see anything. So
You're moving into the room and shutting the door.
yeah,
There we
Okay.
go.
Can you explain to us what we all see in this room?
Sure. So the room that you're standing in, there's kind of a pool, an empty pool, sitting there in the center, and it would appear that there was paintings on the wall. You can't really make out what was present, but there's a bunch of small flakes of paint on the floor there. The pool's bottom and kind of inner lining appears to be kind of stained with like a bluish green kind of stain. It looks like it's stone, a darker stone than the stone around you, but it doesn't look like it's any more expensive because of its staining. It looks like that's something that was stained to it.
I'd like to tap on it to see how it sounds.
Okay, so you start kind of messing with the stone. That's fine. While that's happening, Darna, you're up. You have a single hit point. Are you casting Tiny Hut in this chamber?
I'm trying to.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you can succeed at that. That's fine. Atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry. You would notice that the exterior, the door appears to be kind of heating to like a dull heat. And the chamber looks like it's definitely getting hotter. Had you not cast Tiny Hut, you're pretty sure that you would have had negative repercussions from staying inside of a sauna room. If you're casting it with just the minute time, you guys will not suffer any of the effects of exhaustion and the like from being inside of the sauna.
He's doing it as a ritual.
As a ritual, I don't have it prepared.
Oh, well then you're not going to get the effect. You're gonna suck. You're probably not even going to be able to focus on it. I need Constitution saving throws from a lot of you then.
Okay, I have another idea.
Sure.
Pits. If I throw 2 pits onto the door, how does that affect the space of the door?
Pits.
What?
Yep. Not to fucking break your brain, but I'm a fucking wizard, time traveling chronomancer. I can throw pits, literally a hole, a pocket of space onto the door to vacuum seal it.
Show me the spell.
Remove the pit. It's part of my fucking robe of useful items.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, pits. Yeah.
A pit. A pit. A hole in the ground.
Because I'm pretty sure I know exactly how that's going to work, and
May kill us all.
it would.
Yeah, I'll put a hole in the fucking door.
Would it put a hole in the door?
It's basically just that's what
When
it
I tried
is. It's
when I
just a
tried to
hole.
do that with Corky told me it was next dimensional space.
Is it like those pits where you can pull them back over again? Or are they permanent pits?
Or are
He
they
told
like
me you
those
could-
Looney Tune black holes?
That's what he told me. He told me it was a Looney Tune black hole.
No, so it says specifically, which you can place on the ground within 10 feet of you,
Only
and
in
it
the
would
ground.
create a 10-foot cube of emptiness in that space. It doesn't create a portal or a subdimension or something like that, because you would literally kill yourself every time you do that. Because if you create a pit and like at any point slightly touch it or enter it with your bag of holding, you'd blow up. Like, you know, it's just It is a 10-foot cube of space that's removed.
God damn it, John! I'm trying to fix this problem, and I don't know how. We're dead.
With mine, can I try and come up with a solution as I'm standing here looking
as it's getting hot? Sure.
Kate used that potion too. How much did she heal for?
She should roll 2d4 and add 2.
I'm trying to think of a solution with my intelligence while I'm standing here waiting for them all, and while it's getting really warm.
That sounds useful.
10 hit points. And that wasn't a herbifarge one, all right?
No, that's a normal one.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. So nobody has any kind of solutions. You guys are just staying in the sauna room. I need you guys to roll me a Constitution saving throw. This is a special type.
Can you tell me what happened when I was tapping on the pool and stuff?
Yeah, nothing.
How did it sound?
It sounded like solid stone.
We're in a closet that we're gonna die in.
Sorry. So what I need you guys all to do is make a Constitution saving throw, and it's tyrical. So there are certain levels of effects that can happen here, and they're going to happen regardless. So yeah. Okay.
I have the danger sense too.
This is a Constitution saving throw, not a Dexterity saving throw.
I'm pretty sure it said all saving throws.
No, just Dex.
I got drunk on that one too. So
There's only 2 people that get bonuses to all saving throws, and that's the paladin and the monk.
John, that's a 12, by the way. It's not an 11.
Ooh, I'm a monk.
yeah, you're just not a good monk yet. That's all.
Yeah, you're not there yet.
Who am I missing?
Drone.
Chris Edwards.
Yeah. Half orc. He's not in roll 20, so you have to do it for him.
I hate that kid.
Hold on, I'm getting there. I might have. There it is.
I'm guessing below 10.
Yeah, we're all dead.
Okay, so here's how it works. Okay. If you rolled a 5 or less, and if you rolled a natural 1, that counts as a 5 or less, you have 5 levels of exhaustion.
That's a bit excessive. Jesus
That
Christ.
is fucking insane.
You're staying inside of a chamber for 10 minutes with basically high levels of heat stuck around you.
Okay, I didn't realize this was after 10 minutes. So this is once the hut's up, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly right. It's better than falling into lava. I mean, you did save yourselves from dying. If you rolled a 10 or less, then you're 4 levels of exhaustion. Okay.
Jesus
If you rolled
Christ.
a 12 or 11 or a 12, so that would be Dan. You have 3 levels of exhaustion. If you rolled 13, 14, 15, you have 2 levels of exhaustion. And if you succeeded on a 16 or better, you just have 1 level of exhaustion.
So technically,
yeah.
I rolled a 1, right?
I think you're going to go with the first one.
I think I'm going to go with the first one.
All right. Hugs. So 3 levels of exhaustion for Dan.
Can I transfer my inspiration from Bunda to this character? Because
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll allow it.
I'm going to re-roll.
Well, hold on.
No, that's pointless because it's advantage, isn't it? Yeah, so yeah.
You still have, keep the inspiration for me though.
Yeah.
That's fine. So you have 5 levels of exhaustion. Chris, you have 5 levels of exhaustion.
Can I use my inspiration to use the other one, or no? Or is that not a thing?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I will take away my inspiration then.
You have 1.
I would roll 2 fucking 4s.
Okay,
Where do
so
I
just
track exhaustion?
I think there's this chart on there somewhere, but basically
It's to the right.
Yeah, it's underneath
see it.
conditions.
Conditions.
3 levels just says you have disadvantage on your attack rolls and saving throws. Your speed is halved, and you have disadvantage on ability checks.
5. Speed reduced to 0. Ooh, yay.
And hit point max is halved, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws, and your speed is halved. Oh wait, sorry.
Yes, John, we all know that it goes. It's cumulative. We know.
All of the things. So yeah, I believe Fagrin is pretty much out of commission. Cardiff is pretty well tired. Darna is also really tired unless she spent her inspiration. Pretty tired anyways, 2 levels of exhaustion.
I only have, I got 2.
Yeah, you guys are really kind of out of it. You've spent about 10 minutes in a sauna. You tried drinking what water you had early on as it started to get hot, but it started to steam up as well. We're talking about like 120, 130, possibly higher degrees inside of the stone chamber. Your air was becoming very thin. You're very, very tired. But after that 10 minutes, like as the 10 minutes starts to break, it actually starts to cool down in here very quickly. The presumption from the nature check rollers, if you'd like to make a nature check. The fuel is exhausted, so all the water has been steamed out. It was a lot of water, as you saw in the mode, but it's pretty much been exhausted. And the stone of the lava is solidified. So you're pretty certain after that time there's no threat outside. It might be a little balmy, but it's not like nuclear.
Apart from the fact that I've now got level 5 of exhaustion, you have to spend ages to get rid of it, and my speed's 0.
Correct.
Well, I think we're definitely taking a long rest, so
We can't. A long rest. You have to have like a whole day to get rid of a level, right?
Do you guys have food?
Finishing a long rest
Yes.
reduces a creature's exhaustion level by 1, provided that the creature has ingested food and drink. And then one other note, which isn't on the regular exhaustion rules, but if you spend that long rest in a secure area, if you spend that long rest in a place where someone can tend to you, you actually will basically reduce the creature's exhaustion level by 3 instead of 1.
we have our hut, so it's pretty secure in here. So I think,
But we don't have anybody tending
No,
to us.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Like, if you don't have a fluffy bed, like I'm talking about, if you're not in a house.
In other words, John threw an encounter where we could possibly all become reduced to 0 and have to spend like 3 days sleeping just to be able to climb back out of it.
It was also an encounter you could have escaped from if someone didn't fail their rope check. It was also an encounter you could have gotten treasure from if someone didn't declare a specific lever over. There were plenty of chances for you not to get boned. You just suck.
I'd rather die outright than have to sleep 3 days constant just to leave.
You see Fagrin slit his own throat.
He has a
Takes
movement of 0.
well,
He takes a
But you
rapier
guys
and
weird.
swallows it.
As he's gurgling on his own blood, he sounds like a whiny British bitch. I love you. Oh, by the way.
I just like complaining.
I know.
I left Bunda for this, man. I left all that loot behind.
Well, there was definitely a lot of things there were definitely a lot of fuck ups, but that said, Cardiff, with your tiny hut now finally manifest, if you were wanting to summon it still, yeah or nay?
Yeah.
Okay. You would realize that the room that you're in, this weird pool that's present before you, it's definitely arcane in nature. There seem to be markings on it in the Basriel language that are kind of like strange arcane runes. And Fagrin, you speak Basriel, do you not? Or no?
I was asking you whether that would be a possibility that I can take as my extra language.
For a tribe member, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my herbalist pouch out and start trying to make some salve to care for some of the burns that people have.
Okay, you're focusing probably primarily on Darna because she is kind of the most burned. That's perfectly fine. Okay, Fagrin and Cardiff are kind of examining these strange runes. What you start to realize is this is, in fact, like I mentioned earlier, a pool of the weirding ones. And go ahead and make an Arcana check, Fagrin.
This pool is weird.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not terribly familiar with the weirding ones. You know that there's some way that the defenders of tribes in the olden days would kind of circle around these pools because they were where the weirding ones lived. And you don't know how that's the case, but you're pretty sure from what you can see here, this one is inert.
Okay.
Cardiff, do you want to take a smack at it?
Sure.
The markings are what's of interest to you. And it's not so much what they say, but you can kind of glean those, the phrases and the terms that are used from Fagrin if he's open to admit that he knows how to read it. Is that the case or no?
No.
Okay. Well, then you still understand from the patterning and kind of the way that the symbols are drawn that this is a portal. This is not just a. That's fine too.
Got a ton of fucking time.
Yeah, nothing but time. You would realize that this marking, this circleless pool, is some sort of portal, and its activation seems to be something of importance to the person who is attempting to open the portal. And from your reading, you would understand that this is a pool of a water weird, and it would seem that phlegm is the substance that needs to be used to manifest the weird.
What do I know of weirds?
They're basically pure versions of their element, and so they will act in kind. Water can be kind of a calm but chaotic kind of force. It just depends on its mood and its personality, its individual personality. Water is a bit more stretched out than earth or fire will be. Those will always have kind of the same personality, whereas air and water are a bit more fluid. They're definitely chaotic in nature, but they are water would probably be the most benevolent of the lot.
Okay. Well, we need a rest, so Fagrin can have a movement speed. So.
Yep. I don't even think I can do anything with my paladin lay on hands for exhaustion.
I don't think it does.
Just diseases, isn't it?
It's diseases and conditions, I think. But
You can cure multiple diseases and neutralize multiple poisons. No, conditions is with lesser restoration, I believe.
okay,
So this is just poison and disease.
gotcha.
So does this tiny hut matter at all?
It definitely will give you a better place to kind of rest. Is that what you're wanting to do?
Yeah.
Long rest.
I don't have a choice.
Okay.
I'm staying here regardless of whatever anyone else does.
Right. You don't have a choice. You are stuck.
Well, if we really need to eat food, I have 3 riding horses and 2 mastiffs we can eat. Just saying.
Just go fuck up the trap again, and you can go ahead and cook them up.
Oh no, we got fire. I got fire.
Are you guys opening the door to see like what happened outside?
Nope, not until we're good.
I'm not doing a damn thing.
It seems like the air is cooled down outside of the prismatic or outside of your bubble.
I can't leave my bubble.
You're right. If you leave, it dissipates. But everyone else has free reign.
See, I don't have a movement speed, but I do have an invisible mage hand that can move 30 feet.
That's
Fair.
useful.
Super useful. So, it's actually not bad. I wouldn't mind, like when I'm sick and I'm not feeling like getting out of bed, I wish I had an invisible
Yep,
mage hand.
exactly.
I just go to the fridge, pop something open.
So if my backpack was on the other side of this room, I'm still good.
So, a real quick question, guys: Is the plan of attack to just gain enough to get everybody out and then get out? And how do you plan on getting out? Is the question.
Well, Cardiff wants to meet these weirds or meet a weird if it's possible to do, but right now it's not an appropriate action for the party. It's not a good idea.
I think it's definitely a get out, reassess.
Well, this was a fun adventure.
Hey Tom, I like your new character.
Does anybody who actually has active movement want to go and investigate the
It's worth it, guys.
and what happened with the pyramid, or are you just assuming that it's a lost cause there?
I'll go.
Well, it's
look.
definitely a lost cause for me because I can't do anything else. I've got to spend like 5 days resting.
Go ahead and move yourself back over to that player position.
If she's going, I'm going with her for backup.
I'll hang out the bubble. Unless you guys need me.
It's actually yes. All right. You would see that all the levers are thrown except for the yellow and the purple. The portcullis is still down. There's not enough room for you to get through, even though of your small size. And you can see the pyramid on the opposite side.
Oh shit! I just thought, could I just use my spectral hand to reach into the thing and grab this thing out of the lava?
No, it wouldn't work.
Takes damage.
Go ahead and
The ma-
pull.
how can the mage hand take damage?
It has 1 hit point, I thought.
Pretty
No,
sure
it was. It still wouldn't have worked anyways. Like it's the case that it was in weighs more than 5 pounds.
Okay, £10.
Whatever.
So can we still throw the levers? I mean, obviously those one guy's fucked up.
You can't because
No,
you're
all
in a bubble.
All the levers are thrown except for
The yellow and the purple.
correct.
Well, sorry for trying to make sure the party is in a safe bubble. Jerks.
You did a good job, Boo Bear.
The portcullis
Right.
is still down, but you want to throw one of the levers.
Okay, I just got back into Discord. So what's going on?
Nothing, hanging out. What are you doing?
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what happened. I
They're
know nothing.
investigating the pyramid.
Did you get the exhaustion bit?
Yes, well, at least that I have 4 levels of exhaustion.
Okay.
Other than that, no.
You hit the yellow lever, and you see the sluices on the side of the thing pop open. Your presumption is that the lava would have exited out of the sluices, down the pyramid, and into the moat, instead of all over your face. Purple, the portcullis is raised. You can go ahead and move past them at this point. Looks like you could jump over to the ziggurat and climb up it if you'd like. And upon doing so, you see that the floor is split in half. There is a portion of the floor that looks like there was a platform that dropped out. There's a lot of charring on the bottom, obviously, because lava. And then there is another panel set there, and it looks like it has a small, like circular device in it that looks like it's kind of a twist lever. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like a knob.
Down inside of it,
Yeah.
I pull out the rope and say, "Do you want to go down and check?"
Well,
it
no.
out?"
It's literally like 10 feet down because it's not that deep.
Well,
It was
10
about 10. It was
10
about
feet would still be a drop down, man.
Sure.
You would still need rope to be able to get back out.
I get you. Or you could just hold her down, drop her in, and then pick her back up and pull her out.
Okay, does it seem like it's cool?
Yeah. It's been more than
Okay.
enough time for it to cool.
I take her hand, and if she's willing, and then lower her down if she's willing again.
Sure.
Okay. You turn the knob, and when you do, it springs open. It kind of startles you at first, but it snaps open, kind of like a toolbox or something, just something quick, pop open. Inside, there's a small casket, like a small little just chest. Looks like it's made out of gold and lapis azul, blue, kind of whitish blue stone, kind of like a marble. Very pretty, especially if you were to make a temple out of it. And yeah, it looks like it's a pretty hefty thing, but you could probably pick it up and hand it up to Dugat if you needed
I
to.
have a glove of holding.
You could also put it in the glove of holding. It would
Look
throw-
at that.
How much does it hold again?
100 pounds.
That's right. Yeah, it'll definitely fit in that.
She put it in her pocket.
Yeah, you see her place her hand on top of it, whisper a word, the command word for the glove, and it snaps basically just right into her glove.
I reach down and pull her out.
She says the command word again, and you go into her glove. Wait, what? No. Anywho, so you guys have the chest, and you head back to the tiny hut.
I want to go see what's up these stairs.
Okay.
Is it a way out?
You want to check and see if it's a way out. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to take control of your character for just a second, so just bear with me. It's going to snap up to the right of it, okay? You see?
Yep.
Okay, so you both go up the staircase, and you come out into a decently large chamber, but not like huge. The ceiling isn't as high as the other ceilings was. This is only about 8 or so feet high. but the chamber is long. Yeah, and you would see that. Huh?
I was just going to. I mean, once we get up here, I would grab her and say, "We're not ready for this. We need to get the rest of the group."
Sure. You would see a statue. If you want to step in just one more foot, Dugat, you would see on the opposite side of the area there are 2 treasure chests, sarcophagus, and in between the treasure chest and the sarcophagus, on either side, there are a total of 4 Copic jars, which each have a head upon them. The 2 in or on either side, they mirror the exact same order, leading inward. So from the outside, it goes Raven Head, Dragon Head, Beholder Head, Hydra Head on either side.
If I were to do want to see how I feel about like an addiction or something like that, what would I roll if I can?
Huh?
Like, my guy has a thing with
Will.
like treasures. Would it be a will save?
Be a will
Yeah, I'd
save.
say wisdom saving throw. Sure.
Wisdom?
Yeah. I would say that's pretty average. I mean, it looks like treasure, but you don't see glints of gold or anything. This looks just like a sarcophagus,
Okay.
a burial chamber.
Then I would definitely push the fact of we have to get the rest of the group. We can't deal with another problem.
Yeah,
by
I just
ourselves.
wanted to see if this was a way out.
It might be. We'll need to investigate further.
Okay. So I'll move you back to base camp unless you guys want to investigate anything else. Just put you
That's
back
fine.
on the stairwells.
That's good.
Okay. Both of you make a perception check though while you're heading back down. Not too good.
I'm thinking about treasure.
Okay. Darna's a pretty perceptive girl. She sees that basically the stairwell comes up and it's just a flat surface. Like it doesn't extend up above the floor that you come up to. At the top of it, in that center position, you can see the same ring that was present on the stone when you descended down. Do you get what I'm saying? So, like the middle pillar that's in the center of the stairwell, that's where the old center point was for the stone that went up. And it sitting on the top there is the round orb that was used to keyhole the thing. Does that make sense?
So if I take the orb, the door might shut?
Yeah, perhaps.
I tell Dugat that.
Okay, and then that means that if we put the orb in the other one, a door might open, right?
Mhm.
All right, we'll go let the party know again. I think we need to safety in numbers.
Do we want to grab the sphere or leave it?
Let's leave it for right now until we get with the rest of the party.
Okay. And it's entirely up to you what you guys do past that point. I'm assuming you're taking a long rest. Correct?
Yeah, we're gonna need to.
1 level of exhaustion, remove it, and all of your abilities and hit points and the like, go ahead and gain that shit back too.
What about the actual healing for the long rest? Is that just a hit
Yeah,
dice?
your hit points go to full.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did mine help her go down any with the salves or anything like that? Did that help at all?
Nah, she's not going to have lasting like burn marks on her body. She's not going to look like a hamburger.
Cool.
She kind of took the most, like the steam kind of clung to her a bit more than it did everyone else, which is why she was kind of falling apart.
But I'm the least amount exhausted.
No, sure, but you're definitely the most burned.
I think I am. I had a 19, man.
Yeah, he only had 1
Oh,
level of
yeah.
exhaustion. Okay. So well rested, full hit points.
So was there another entrance in the bottom of the on the bottom of the pyramid, or was that just treasure? Was there another way down there?
Not that you're aware of.
I'm asking them because they went to check the pyramid out. Was there right? Did you guys tell us that that's what you went and did?
Yeah, we're going to explain to them about the stairwells and with the orbs, and saying that if we put that one on there, it might open another door on the other side. We explained the sarcophagus up the stairs, but tell them we didn't want to do anything because we didn't want to risk anything since we were so hurt.
Okay. My game plan is to get out of here and go back to town.
Okay. What's your plan to do so?
Magic.
You're gonna fly up and out somehow?
That's my game plan. Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell me how it plays out, Bubby, and I'll tell you what you
about
see when you get up there.
Well, I'm trying to get old boy out of here too. I don't know how
Oh,
to.
he's rested enough. He can move now. He's just moving at half speed.
Right.
His Discord's being a doofus, so. So tell me what the plan is there, Daniel. Are you guys all on board with Cardiff in that you want to get out of here?
I know I don't want to adventure when half the party is, disadvantaged on ability checks, half speed.
Oh, for sure.
Hit point maximum reduced. I mean, it's
100% agree.
It's just not a.
I think it's probably.
It's not a good plan.
For right now, Dugat agrees. He thinks it's time to get out, regroup.
So again, one more time. It sounds like the party consensus is getting out. I want you, Dan, to tell me how you're planning to
figure out how. I'm thinking about it right now.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you said you had a plan.
So it's literally just a whole 60 feet.
60 feet straight up.
Straight up.
Could you imagine if a lower level party came through here and messed that up?
I tell them that there could be another way out if we check that other stairwell.
Yeah,
also,
go further in the dungeon.
A non-magical example of you getting out is someone might be able to try and throw a grappling hook out that way.
I don't know who has a grappling hook.
But you're not sure about the sturdiness of the ground around the hole. Nobody has fly.
There's nowhere I can catch myself 45 feet up, right?
No.
How tall is the hole?
60 feet. At a height of 50 feet, it narrows to 10 feet. And then descending from that point, it's pyramids down to a height of 10 feet above you. And that's the width of the chamber, that main chamber. Pyramids within pyramids. So no plans are being stated, just dead air.
I'm going to go up and check the other door. I'm going to take the orb and see where the other stairway leads. We saw where the one went. Might as well do the other one. If it goes up That's the way we want to go anyway.
Goes
so
down.
we might as well look. It goes down.
Yeah, you pull the orb. It actually at the top, it pulls you down with the stairwell. Like the stairs start to move and just drop you back into the main chamber, and the block basically is pulled down above you, but not directly on top of you, as it kind of like hits back into its initial position. When you kind of see that it's still sitting there and it's still kind of floating, it's floating towards you, and if you step to the side, it will float back into the main position where it was kind of just sitting in the center of the room. If you push it to the right, it will indeed create a new staircase that descends down.
Okay, what about the place that we came down? You said there was a rock that's on top of it now, so we can't get out that way?
From what you heard when you pulled the rope, when someone pulled the rope, there was a loud sound of a crash from the rope that it was attached, or the rock it was attached to, and then you heard more crashing from like further up in the chamber.
So it's technically still hanging, partly.
The rope's gone. No, the rope came down.
Does anyone have a grappling hook?
I'm going to go look and see if we can find anything that we can fashion into a grappling hook outside, like a piece of rubble, maybe something that had broken off, or a piece of marble, something.
Yeah, no.
So no one has a grappling hook.
Unless someone has stonemason tools currently on them, you're not going to be able to fashion stone rock into a grappling hook.
Okay, what's in this room?
Another pool.
How tall is everyone?
About seven or six something. You're what, 2 feet tall? 3 feet tall?
3 feet.
How tall is Cardiff?
About 5'10", 5'5". I don't know, between there.
How smart is your owl?
It's an owl. If I had a grappling hook, you could fly up and
Set it somewhere.
But we don't have a grappling hook.
Are these doors down here, John?
Yeah.
Do they look like they're able to be opened?
Yep. And you'll see that they open up into pools as well. Each of the doors has a marking on it. So the door that you came from, the one that you slept in, was water. The one across from water is fire. The one to your left on the screen will be air. The one to your right is earth. And the pools all have like kind of a staining to the stone inside the pools. Air was a bluish green, kind of phlegmy color. Fire was kind of a yellowish, strange yellowish color. Air is like a blood red, like a deep crimson, and the earth one has kind of like a black staining to it.
Do I can tell that it says air?
The outside looked like it had like an air patterning. It doesn't. There's no words.
Can I
except for the magic
blow
words.
on it?
Yeah, nothing happens. This isn't fifth element.
I tried.
It's fine. Mia Jelenkovic turns into a laser and shoots a hole through the place so you can get out now.
Yeah, Lilu Dallas multipass.
I think Drung was suggesting throwing his great axe up there.
No.
Probably not.
Now we're exhausted and we're down a man without a weapon. No more bad ideas.
I have 2 axes.
Yeah, but his is magical.
One of mine is not.
I was kind of dismissive of it because it's a dumb idea. There's no way you're throwing a great axe more than 60 feet up into the air.
Why? Why
Because-
does my settings keep resetting? What
I
the
don't know.
fuck? Jesus Christ. Piece of shit. Amber.
Question.
Yeah.
Who had the pittance earlier? And how many do you have?
10.
When we were on the pyramid, was there a way that looked like it could go down any farther, John?
It's very narrow. Very, very narrow. But yeah.
I go back to the group and let them know that we might have to go down to get out of here. It looks like there's only one way to go, so we can sit and wait longer, or we can actually try to move forward.
Let's do this.
So I'll just go ahead and let you know. You waste about an hour going down into the bottom there. It seems the lava solidifying closed off whatever passageway was present. Out. The drainage is basically an empty slag of a thing once you get down to the bottom of the that access point for the lava.
I don't move unless I feel like we're definitely leave.
Yeah.
I'm staying with Fagrin.
Unless someone tells me there's absolutely a way for us to get out, I am staying right here.
Yep. You basically just see him whittling wooden figures.
Yeah, woodcarver's tools. Make a grappling hook out of wood, guy.
Yeah, I do.
All right. She starts making a wooden grappling hook. It's probably not going to hold, but I mean, it's better than nothing.
No, I'm not making a grappling hook. I've got woodcarver's tools though.
No, I was just
I'm
again.
making, little totems of my ancestry.
They were talking about making a stone grappling hook. You guys are going down? Is that real?
We're gonna have to do something, man.
I'm on board. Okay. Hold on.
Rather die fighting than die, dead air.
At the base of the stairwell, there is a set of double doors completely made out of iron, and there are 4 maidens present on the stone or on the iron, like
Not it.
carved into it.
As carved into it.
Yeah, and each one seems to be made out of a single element: fire, earth, air, water. Do you go through?
We go back and tell them this. Because there are 4 chambers, right?
You need to
There
open
are 4
portals with each of the elements.
Oh, those doors open. You can open those iron doors. They're not sealed to you. They just have a patterning of the 4 maidens.
I know, but we need to have everybody with us if we're going to do this.
Which one of the
Well, guess what? One of the party members has half his hit points, has reduced
Half
speed,
his speed.
reduced.
Disadvantage on all his attack rolls and disadvantage on all ability checks. And is
I understand
literally
you guys are wanting to do something, but your characters are exhausted.
mine's
Maybe
not.
Dugat isn't. That's great, but everyone else is.
Which one was water, John?
bottom or the one that you started in.
The one that we started in up top?
Uh-huh.
What's Drung's
I'm
exhaustion
gonna
level
take
at?
some water from my water
It does
flask
nothing.
and pour some in. Oh, jeez.
This really is not the 5th
You
element.
see, yeah, if you end up doing that in the one Vagrants and he just looks up at you and snickers, he's just like, oh. He doesn't say it very loud though. He's
Dugat.
too
Can we see if we can move some of this debris?
Those stones are bigger than Dugat.
And you guys are exhausted. Actually, Dugat's not. Drung is. I am. You are.
I only have disadvantage.
No, just real quick. Forget the systematicness of it, okay? Exhaustion. Like
You are
really
exhausted.
tired. But let me point out the fact that those stones are bigger than both of those two together.
That's fine.
Like,
I didn't know that. That's why I was asking.
right. Just letting you know. No one's actually gone down that passageway, but it looks like it was originally an entrance to this temple that's been sealed off by the mountain. But besides that, you have a passageway down, you have the sarcophagus above you, and then you have the 4 portals. Or you can attempt to try and get back up and out through the pyramid's center point. Whatever means of presence that you have to do so.
I'm gonna send Gavin out, and
Okay, Gavin would alert you to the fact that the passageway out has been blocked off.
passageway out.
Correct, because of the loud sound that slammed when that rock came down. because of the
Jesus
rope being pulled.
fucking Christ.
The passageway out came down behind you.
Okay.
Well, I've got
Well,
my character. I don't care.
I'm gonna just sit here for 5 days until that's literally my game plan is to sit here for 5 days. I can live here. I don't need food. I don't need water. Sorry. I guess Cardiff is just gonna live in this Vazriel temple, the Vazriel tomb, until
You don't know it,
uh,
but you've got a
Vagrant.
Vazriel ancestor right here with you that can discuss things if you get bored until I die. Because I've
I
got
mean, you can eat
resources.
horse. You can eat horse. You can eat mastiff. You can drink the blood of the horses. I mean, I don't know how long we can subsist here, but I think we can make it for a little while.
Maybe a week or two at most.
I'm just going to show you what you see when you go. I mean, just so you have an idea. I know you can't see through Gavin's eyes, but
I don't know how we managed to fuck up this hard.
Fuck it, I'm gonna eat some cake.
wait, your character has cake? Oh, you mean
No,
in real
but
life?
I do.
see, Dan.
Gotta turn my. So what am I looking at?
That's the hole that you went down.
Right.
And then if you turn back around, remember where the fire had stopped? And it was brittle on the ceiling above you?
Oh,
The
that.
loud sounds caused it to come down.
Oh, I see. Well, fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gavin. You're the best.
And then it just right back into your coat.
Well, that's not the way out. So I guess honestly, I think the best thing we can do is rest here. Maybe eat a horse if we need to.
You are really down to eat that horse.
I'm just saying we got food. That's all I'm saying. We got food. We chill here until everybody's exhaustion's up.
You got this crazy old wizard going, anybody want some horse?
Does it? Yeah. And then he pulled out a horse. The horse has this confused look like, oh, fuck, I just got summoned too. Oh, God, they're going to...
And you just got this rogue sat in the corner going, I didn't order a lasagna from a supermarket. I don't want a horse.
I don't know how things are in England, but holy crap. Does anybody want to...
There was a controversy with beef lasagna having horse in it.
Nice.
So we need to, in my opinion, we need to wait until the exhaustion's up, which means we're going to be burning some days. We're going to be burning some food. We're going to be burning some water. I hope you guys have water.
You would know how to activate this portal, though, if you want to waste some time on that.
I mean, yeah, that's what I would do. I figure out how to activate the portal.
Are you going to have everybody come back to you before that happens?
I can't make them. They can if they want.
Chody clan?
I know I'm not going into a dungeon with, a
Half
useless
a
party.
Yeah. Okay, so when you spit into the pool, the door is shut behind you, and the pool starts to fill up with water.
Hold the fuck on. What'd he just do?
Spit in it.
Why?
Phlegm?
It's fucking Flip Element.
No. Phlegm.
Yeah?
The humor has to be the activation, not
It's
water.
the 4 humors, not the 4 elements.
Dork. You threw fire into a pit, it did nothing. If you threw yellow bile into a pit, it would do something. He spit into it. It's phlegm. He and then spit into it, and it started to do the thing. It fills up with water, and then eventually a woman made out of water appears before you. She looks to none of you except for fucking this vagrant guy, and says in Vazriel, the Vazriel tongue, you who are of the Derlathothi, your blood is pure. You still reside in this place? What then do you seek from the weirds of Sven?
Vagrant speaks in Vazriel. I seek to leave this tomb. I do not wish to die here.
The closest place that I could afford you passage, my friend, is the river of the Serpent. If that is your wish, I can take you to this place, but it will be something that you will have to repay a favor for. You understand that it is your people who gifted us to the Svenin, and it would be your people who set up the rules.
Right now, I don't have any other option. In character, where's the
roll me a history check. You have advantage for it.
I don't know what the fuck they're saying at all.
Why do I keep getting both the same?
Yeah, that's weird. So you actually kind of have a tribal dissension from a very, very old tribal dissension from one of the great clans in this area, known as the Derlathothi. They were the water. Go ahead.
Isn't this the Vajon? I thought I had that.
The Jothgarn, right? The Jothgarn are all of them. Like
Okay,
the Vajothgarn equals Great Clan. They're the Vajothgarn current tribes are the ones that descended from the Great Clans. The remainders, the ones who actually survived past this War of Sword and Serpent. Yeah. Anyway, the point is the Derlathathi people were the water tribe people, and basically they were also very powerful and potent when it came to magic. And they were actually the ones who set up the idea of the Weirding Ones and basically created these gifts in the temples of all of the great clans or great tribes for them to have these portals, these waypoints. The favor that she asks of you, when she says that you will owe me a favor, what you understand that to mean is one of two things. Either she will take you when she wants you and do with you as she pleases, which in olden times was something that happened a lot, or she will force you to carry a burden when she needs a burden to be carried. And you know that the 4 elements in the elemental chaos beyond kind of interact with each other in a very negative way. And sometimes these burdens can kind of be quite laborious. It could be a very big problem for you. But you understand that this will come up when she demands it to be so.
The summoning being once or multiple times.
I can't hear what he's saying. You're so quiet.
You said you have to summon the being once or multiple times.
I'm saying when she summons me at her will it be multiple times or once? I'm
Just once.
quiet because my settings keep randomly changing.
Just once. A favor for a favor.
If I get to choose, I'll take the favor. Vagrant's not a fan of taking the burden. He prefers the easy way in life.
Okay. Then she will say to you, I will take you to the sway or the river of the serpent. And she, as she says that, her words kind of ring in the room for a second. None of you understanding what's happening here, really. But then the room starts to fill with water very suddenly. Like it feels like the air, just instead of being air, is now water. Is anybody particularly afraid of water?
I'm afraid of not being able to breathe.
If you look towards Vagrant, you'd see that his eyes are perfectly calm.
Is anybody particularly like? Is there character traits? Is anybody here like afraid of water or anything? Okay. So that said, like you guys are all kind of weirded out at first, and then you're kind of scared for a second as the water kind of takes you. But then you start to realize that you're not having any problems breathing. You're breathing the water just fine. The woman kind of is manifest in front of you, but she's a part of the water. She is also the water. The walls around you become water. The stone floor beneath her becomes water. And then you feel that you're being expelled from the water out onto the shore. As you kind of look up and kind of get a sense for yourself, it's a sunny day, and you can see the town of Hilton off in the distance. You believe you're on the north side of it, on the Giant's Piss.
When we come to, Vagrant looks over at everyone. You all owe me your life.
Hardly. I was fine in the temple.
You know not of the burdens I just took hold of for you.
Well,
we didn't ask you to.
You were quite hasty, I would say. What happened? I don't even know.
Secrets of the Vazriel, my friend. Secrets of the Vazriel.
Well, I don't know what I received to be indebted to you, but sure.
All right, and I assume you head back to town. The quick-eyed of you would note that the sun's position, just the nature of the thing, and just the course of the day and time that you've amounted to, it would appear that it is actually the 4th of Baram instead of the 3rd when you had descended into it. You spent about an entire day and night inside of that place. Okay. Experience. The puzzle was worth 900 apiece. but you didn't succeed completely at it. You were close. So 700 apiece. I think that's more than fair. You of course have the chest with from the pyramid.
We don't know about it.
As well, right? Well,
Only the chodies do.
Only the chodies do. Are you guys going to keep that to yourselves, you greedy thieves, or are you going to make sure that they're aware of it?
That's Kate's call. She has it.
Is Kate alive?
If she's there.
Right now, I don't trust the new guy. So right now, I'm keeping it to ourselves.
Even though I just got you out.
Well, I've never met you before either.
True.
The only one I think is familiar with, you guys are familiar with, is I think Dugat and Drung.
Yeah, me and Drung know each other.
So that's fine.
All you know is that I speak a tongue that you don't know of, and I got you out of there. Or I appear to have gotten you out of there.
Whatever his dialogue with the weird was, it got you out.
Who knows? Maybe I saved you. Maybe I made a bag and don't fully know.
Okay, so a couple of notes, real quick. Just get these out of the way. 700 experience, like I said, per person. The treasure chest, upon opening, will have a total of 5 items. The 5 items, there are 4 that are kind of put in kind of like a north, south, east, west pattern around a single ring that's set inside of a velvet cloth. The 4 items, the one on the north end is a strange looking stone with weird writing on it. Are you presenting this to everyone but the new guy, the new guy, or just keeping it to yourself? Kate.
Just keeping it to myself and Dugat right now.
Okay. So Dugat, have you ever traveled with the halfling Lonk or no?
I don't think so. I think I DM'd a game with him in it, but I don't think I've ever.
No.
I don't think Dugat has played. No.
Yeah. No. Okay. And if you're not showing it to anyone else, no one else would know what it is. Strange looking stone with weird writing on it. And then there is a amulet. There is a coin, and there's a strange looking charm inside of the chest. What would you like to do with those during the day?
They will stay in my glove.
Okay. And the chest itself is probably worth 100 gold pieces itself. Possibly more to someone who's interested in Basriel lineages and past. Okay.
Once we, like, if we're headed back to town or whatnot, I would try to talk to Dugat away from everybody else to talk to him about whether we should present this to the group or keep it to ourselves.
If we present it to the group, we might be able to get more for it. We don't know what it is. Or at least I don't, unless you know someone who might know.
I do not.
The one was able to talk to the thing down there. Maybe it would know. I know I don't trust him much either, but he seems to have some knowledge of it. And the old one seems to as well. They might be helpful.
Oh, thanks for letting Tom be a pal, guys. I love it. It's the best. Distrust the British one.
Distrust anyone new.
Is he wearing a red coat?
He is not.
No.
He's not wearing a coat at all.
I don't have a cape at all. I'm not that pretentious.
Okay.
He did heal Darna twice, too. But,
Yeah, that is true. He did bring you back up. So yeah, I'd say honestly, to figure out what it is, we should probably.
If I remind you, if I remind you of anyone, I will remind you of Typhon. If you've met Typhon before, I seem very paladin-like from what you've seen me do.
Is that Tom's character or not Tom? Chad.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like this motherfucker. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so
He plays in too many games.
Oh, he is very experienced.
Yes.
So I guess we show everyone.
700
Alright.
experience for nearly dying.
Well, we're showing everyone this stuff now. So what do we got? Does anybody have anything with it?
Yeah, so it's a box. It's a kind of purplish metal coin that seems to have been broken in 3 parts. A kind of bone and wooden charm.
Is there any writing on it?
An amulet that has kind of a strange cross centered around a pearl. A single white pearl set in it. It appears to be an old bronze cross of the very earliest traditions of man. Even amongst the Basriel, there was kind of a warrior tradition known as the Aeten that slowly grew up to be the basis of what is now Parnak. Let's see.
I speak Pan and Vazriel, so
There's a strange stone with a weird writing on it that's not Basriel. And then there's a ring.
Comprehend languages.
You cannot understand it.
Really?
Correct. Actually, this for the stone. Now that you can see it, you actually recognize the stone. It is a syrinx. You've seen 4 of these.
It's a
Actually,
what?
5. A syrinx. So Lonk is collecting these things. They're called syrinxes. He has 4. Eslo has 1 that's inside of a crystal skull, and now you have 1 as a group. There are a total of 7.
I would relay that Lonk would be very much interested in that stone.
Okay.
Perhaps he should have it.
And the ring. One second here.
I'm not identifying anything yet.
Sure.
Shit cost me 100 gold to identify.
If we don't identify, we're probably going to hang on to it. Just so you know. Just a heads up.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's cost me 100 gold to identify each item.
Totally cool, man. I'm just saying that if it's
Start
a
identifying.
money hungry thing, that's what
It's
Dugat's
not. I
gonna go
just
for.
need resources to do it.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying
Okay.
Dugat is money hungry, man.
The
I'm
ring is
saying
a
he's all about
gold.
treasure.
The ring is a golden ring set with a very fine-looking cut diamond in it. Inside the gold band, you can see that there's bronze inlay that kind of is set inside of the ring. On the outside of the main set diamond piece, there are 2 smaller diamonds, both kind of facing in towards the others. And around each of those diamonds, there's a total of 4 purple little well-cut beads of amethyst. The ring looks very expensive, and if you recall, was listed as a ring of somebody of name.
Who is knowing that? Is that Cardiff?
That's what I thought he was saying, yeah.
Yeah, I was just telling you guys what they all look like. So one more time, a strange bone kind of charm.
I relay everything I know to the party. I'm not keeping anything from the party.
Yeah, the strange bone charm looks like it's an old druid's charm, which, if you had to guess, is probably something that kind of helps somebody, with nature. The token, it's a very rare old coin, but it's broken in 3 parts. The cross amulet, you see it as an Aeten cross, which the Aeten tradition is an old. It's almost like a precursor of a Varius cross. You get what I'm saying? Yeah or nay?
Dan. Young.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
So an Avarian cross is a diamond.
Oh yeah, I
pattern
know.
with
I
a
know.
cross in it. This is kind of like a precursor of that. This amulet.
Okay.
And then the ring is very ornate, and it seems to have kind of like a magical presence to it that even if you weren't detecting magic, you can kind of feel.
Okay.
I really want to just be like, and I'll take that for my troubles.
So
I'll take that more even. Is that what
Yep.
you're gonna say?
That's kind of what I feel like doing right now.
You are currently, dude. You fucked up. Like you're like half dead, man. I don't understand why everybody's like, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
so
Real quick. Dan, do you want to try and front the money? Because you don't have to spend 100 on it if you take it to Big Bang.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't. If we take it to Big Bang, I don't have to. We're literally right outside town. I don't have
Yeah.
to burn
What is Big Bang?
Big Bang's
A
pub.
TV show.
He's the one that identifies shit.
Okay, I don't know this. We don't play in these games, Dan.
I thought you did.
It's fine. You
No.
sexy bitch. It's 50 gold pieces per item for identification.
As opposed to 200.
Right. Well, 100. But yeah.
Right.
So you'd be spending a total of 200 gold coins instead of a total of 400 gold coins to identify these 4 items. Because the Syrinx is not something... Cardiff would know, we don't need to identify that. I know what that is. It's not really something that you can do anything with. If you want to keep it, you could probably trade it too long for something. He would definitely probably trade you in kind. He has a pretty cool dagger. Last time I hung out with him, that he would be willing to trade probably.
Vagrant will
How about
speak
that
up.
wand?
I will,
Kidding.
Yeah.
Vagrant will speak up. I will front the cost if you let me have first pick of the items.
No.
No.
It was a good move. It was a good move.
That's if that's the
I'll
issue,
I'll
just
pay for the whole
it.
cost and
I'll
know,
fucking persuasion roll you if I have to.
You can't persuasion
Player
roll a player
characters.
character, you nerd. Okay, so real quick. Who's paying for it? Drung,
We each
Dugat.
pay 50. That's the only fair way to do it.
So 4 of you pay 50. Okay.
Yes.
I got you, Drum.
Fair. So Kate, Dugat, I'm sorry, Darna, Dugat,
I'll pay.
Fagrin, and fucking Cardiff all pay 50 gold. All right.
I'm paying for Drung and Darnus, and
Well,
she's the one
there's
who's
5
down there.
people, there's 4 items, so you don't need to identify 5 times.
No, but we need to identify at least 3.
I mean, so you're going to pay for 3, and then who's paying for the 4th?
I am.
Okay, so then Fagrin, you're out. You don't have to pay for anything.
Never said I was.
Well, yeah, fair enough. The charm is called a Druid's Charm. It's a wondrous item. It's uncommon. And while it's worn, the wearer is proficient with nature. If the wearer is already proficient with nature, they gain a +2 bonus to all ability checks that use the nature skill. Pretty simple. The Broken Token is a very rare wondrous item that when you miss with, it says once per day, once per long rest, when you miss with a melee weapon attack, you can choose to hit instead. Once.
Wow.
A day.
A day. You get a free auto hit. Correct.
Pretty good.
It's not bad.
Is it attunement?
Yeah, and it's with,
right.
yeah, it does. The Aeten Cross is a necklace of adaptation, which says while you're wearing this necklace, you can breathe normally in any environment, and you have advantage on saving throws made against harmful gases, vapors, such as cloud kill, stinking cloud effects, inhaled poisons, and breath of weapons, and so on and so forth. Cardiff, if you recall hearing something about the people who came back from the shrine of Tomoa-chan, there was some kind of poisoned gas there. That might be important for that. And last but not least is the ring. Delarian's ring is a ring of spell storing, which is a rare ring. You can cast spells into it. You can hold up to 5 levels worth of spells at a time. When found, it contains 1d6 minus 1 levels of spells stored. It currently has 0, actually. No spell slots in it.
Sick.
Any creature can cast a spell of 1st through 5th level into the ring by touching the ring as the spell is cast. The spell has no effect other than being stored in the ring. If the ring can't hold the spell is expended without effect. The level of the slot used to cast the spell determines how much space is used. So if you cast a 5th level spell, that takes up all the slots. While wearing the ring, you can cast any spell stored in it. The spell uses the slot level, spell save DC, spell attack bonus, and spell casting ability of the original caster, but is otherwise treated as if you cast the spell. The spell cast from the ring is no longer stored in it, freeing up the space. That makes sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the hands of a spellcaster with up to 5th level spells, it could be a potentially powerful item. Then there's of course, the box, which is worth 100 gold pieces, possibly more, if you sell it to somebody who likes Vazriel works, and the Syrinx, which you can definitely get at least 500 gold pieces from Lonk right now, or he would trade one of his magic items for it.
Is there any magic items that could go to the gnome that he would trade for?
No.
The halfling, I'm sorry.
You talking about Lonk?
No, yeah, does he have anything that Kate could use? She doesn't really have any magic items.
Oh, gotcha. So Lonk currently has the following items. And he would probably trade any one of them for a Syrinx, especially if it's now so close to getting all of the ones that he needs. He has a +1 wounding dagger. He's not going to trade his boat. He has a stone of good luck, which gives +1 to all your just everything, basically.
I'm pretty sure I gave you.
Yeah, that's correct. Well, Thunder. Well, yeah, no, you as a DM, yes. Let's see. And he has a wand of wonder, but he'd probably keep a hold of that too. So +1 wounding dagger, a stone of good luck. You want to do Fairsies?
Yes.
Figure it out. I don't know.
Do we have a druid? We have a druid, right?
Well, it's better in the hands of a non-druid, to be fair.
Better in the hands of a non-druid. Okay.
It gives them proficiency with nature. If you don't have proficiency with nature, it's actually not bad to have. It doesn't require attunement. You just having it equals 3%.
Oh, it doesn't require attunement. Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it's a charm, like Diablo style.
Yeah, that's nice. It's a good item. I thought it required attunement. I was like,
No. Oh, he also has a pair of gloves of thievery. Lonk does.
What's that? Sleight of hand.
+5 to your sleight of hand.
What does attunement mean?
That means you can only have 3 items attuned to you at any time that require attunement. So if you have 3 items and they all require attunement, you're fine. If you have 5 magic items and they all require attunement, you have to choose 3 or more.
Okay. I don't think Kate has any magic items. I have 1.
I have a
2.
couple.
I have 2. Oh, I thought you didn't have any.
I mean, I have the glove of holding, and I have an elven cloak of elven kind.
Drung has an axe and some other shit. You know who? And then I think New Guy is also in the same position as Cadus. He gets 2 magic items. I think he has a headband and something else.
An armor of resistance with the resistance I'll never get to use.
Thunder. Armor of resistance, thunder. Right. What's playing, guys?
If they told us what that was, I mean, honestly, the only one that I'd be really interested in is the coin, the token with the guaranteed hit. I'll say that out loud. That's the only thing that I'm really interested in. The druid stuff might be good for my herbalist stuff that I'm trying to do, but I'm not in a hurry to do that stuff.
So let's be real. You have reckless attack, which means you can attack with advantage beneficially, and your attacks do kind of a set raw damage. Who here does the most damage on a single strike versus multiple attacks in a turn?
I don't know.
The rogue would probably be the best one to have that, to be fair.
I can smite and do sneak attack and do like 50 burst damage in one hit. If not
Okay.
more.
Okay. The Nature's Charm would be good on your character with the direction that you've been going. I agree. But also the Aetan Cross wouldn't be a bad thing for you to have as well.
And that one does what?
It is the one I just showed you all 4 if you move them about. But it basically says you don't have to worry about not being able to breathe. You can breathe normally in any environment. And you have advantage against stupid shit like Cloud Kill and Stinking Cloud effects.
Does it require attunement?
And breath weapons of some dragons. That one does require attunement.
Everything but the druid's charm, basically.
And then again, if you're trading with Lonk for the Syrinx, he has Gloves of Thievery, which do not require attunement.
Question. If I had Gloves of Thievery and my magic hand goes off...
yeah, +5 to that. Yep. Lonk does the same thing. Yeah, it's +5 to your stealing with your magic hands.
Cool.
Do you want that?
It's tempting.
I know. Okay, here we go. The second biggest bursty damage that we can see present probably would be Dugat or Drung. One or the other. Or no, it's melee weapon attack specifically. So yeah, it'd be one of them. Kate does a bunch of small little attacks, so that's not super important for her. But she would probably be beneficial. I mean, it probably would be beneficial for her to not be worrying about what she's breathing. How many items do you have currently, Kate, that require attunement? Just the one, right?
I don't know.
The glove.
What's the Cloak of Elvenkind?
I don't think it does. Let me double check here. Hold on.
I know that most armors and necklaces, most armors don't. I don't know about cloaks.
Cloak does. So that and the glove of holding doesn't require attunement, actually. So yeah, you could be.
Just a bag, it shouldn't.
Well, yeah, it's basically it. It's literally a bag of holding with smaller containment, but it's on your hand. And instead of coming out of a hole, it just pops out of your hand into your hand, and you can't put anything that's bigger than you can hold into it.
The only issue for me is if I wanted the gloves, I'd want to know what the Syrinx is first, like how much it is actually worth, before trading it for something of lesser worth.
Who are you going to try and negotiate that with, Long?
No, like as a character, like my thievery background, knowing if this is someone specific wants it, I'd want to know what it's actually worth.
They're Dragon Balls.
They're kind of Dragon Balls, but they don't give you a wish.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to roll a history check, see if you know anything about Syrinxes. It's a high DC, but I'll give you a try. You don't know anything about them. Do you have Detect Magic as a spell you can cast or anything?
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't take it. To be honest, I don't know if my spells will ever be fucking useful, because Arcane Trickster is really tricky to try and...
Agreed. I know. I played one before. Anyways, what you would find out from the Syrinxes is that the writing on them is very old and arcane, and they really do nothing at all unless they're brought together as a set. And at current, more than half, actually all but 2, are currently in the possession of Eslo and Lonk.
Eslo or Lonk is going to get the damn item. Probably Lonk.
Well, Eslo's actually going to be giving, once he gets the Crystal Skull open, he's going to be giving the Syrinx to Lonk anyways, because he knows what it's for.
They need to go to Lonk, but I think what he's wanting to know is how much can he fuck Lonk over for the item, is kind of what he's wanting to know.
No, it's not necessarily fuck him over. It's I'm a guy that looks for, getting an easier life, and as I've dabbled in those sorts of
do me a favor.
You know,
I'm gonna settle it. I'm gonna settle it for you real quick. Ready? Go ahead and make me a persuasion check. If you meet with Lonk and you have a negotiation with him, kind of playing the card where you don't know what it's worth, you'll basically find out at the point of his discussion, he's willing to give you his Gloves of Thievery and his Stone of Good Luck for the Syrinx.
I'll do that.
Right. Go ahead and take those off my character sheet.
I just had to take on a burden for this whole group.
No, it's cool. Don't try and sell it. Don't try and sell it. We know what you did. It's
You
fine.
got a lot of stuff. You're good, man.
You're good. Okay. So you're out of the equation. The Syrinx was yours and you traded it. Perfect.
Cool.
Now we move on to the next part. The ring. Is there any contention as to who the ring goes to? I think we know who the ring goes to. It's either going to go to him, so he has more spell slots that he can effectively have, or it's going to go to somebody who travels with Cardiff all the time, which is probably not the case.
Pawn shop?
Yeah, let's just sell it.
Yeah, let's just flip it.
No, I'm just messing with you.
Do you want to give the ring to the mage?
Kate, you have the box. You call it.
Yeah, he can have it.
All right.
And
Now we go.
You can pick between these two, Kate. I don't care if I get one or not. We can give the broken token to Drone, since I'll do that. If you take the necklace adaptation, I'll give the broken token to Drone since he plays more than I do.
And you get the druid thing.
Is that fair? Are you guys okay with that?
That sounds great. That's perfect.
And then we sell the box.
Well, no, I would say yes. In all honesty, you would know Cool Kid McNasty Dugat, Herbifarge. He's a real big fan of the Vastriel culture and has a friend in the scholar community who has a museum in Stormloft of the Vastriel. So you'd probably know.
Did you change his name?
That's my way back in, because he actually kicked me out and told me to go get stuff because I keep trying to steal his drinks.
So
I need that box.
You'd be able to take that.
My teacher kicked me out. I need a box.
You'd be able to take that box and buy your way back in, and probably make enough for you to be able to purchase, quote unquote, craft 4 potions of healing.
The special ones, the ones like he has. I want his.
Yeah, these ones would be the Herbifarge ones, but they're going to be potions of what's the 4d4 + 4 ones?
I think the greater.
Yeah, greater potions of healing. Herbifarge greater potions of healing.
That's pretty fucking sick. It's really good.
It's not
you
bad.
learn how to make those? Like, actually learn how to make them?
Yep, that's the goal.
There you go. That druid amulet is probably...
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and kill the stream because we done.